How did you know that?
Because the bar wasn't moving.
Oh, um,
Hello, hello.
testing
Okay,
1, 2.
now it should
Both,
be better.
both of our bars. There we go.
Hello. Make sure it's not coming from the camera. Let me turn it up a little bit.
Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're louder now. This is very intense.
What is?
The noise. This like when you put the headphones on, you just forget about everything else.
Yeah.
All right, let's not talk about that. That's testing 1, 2.
Well, we got the sound right.
There we go.
So, we played basketball.
Yeah, and we it was fun.
I was a little high. I took an edible.
Oh, you took an edible. It wasn't
Yeah.
even just smoking high.
Yeah. It was pretty fun. It was like, oh, look, we're just doing it. And it's just like, what are we doing? We're moving our bodies in these patterns and shapes. And you're like, which pattern is the best and where should I go?
Yeah, and then the other people don't know what patterns they're running.
Yeah.
Your ball
like,
your ball handling has gotten a lot better.
Thanks,
in
man.
like driving in.
Yeah, I've been driving in more.
Using more power.
Yeah, I've been having more confidence, so maybe that affects it, and I drive in. And also, like, yeah, I feel like I'm finishing because it's like I'm used to closing it out and getting what I want done and seeing what I want happen in reality.
This seems like a deeper thing than just basketball.
Yeah,
More
hopefully.
metaphors.
Yeah.
No, you bought the thing off Amazon. I was talking to somebody. They don't think Amazon is going to be the future. What do you think?
I mean, a lot of people hate it. It doesn't seem like it's going to last long.
Yeah.
It's not like it's got a lot of fans. It's cool to not like it.
It's yeah.
And it's
it doesn't
new.
have fans, but it's just so good at what it does, right?
Yeah, but as soon as there's another thing that's an alternative, we're going to be like, let's do that.
And they have like a better story. And Jeff Bezos is no longer the CEO, right?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter really, does it? It's just a big machine.
It's just a title. He still gets money, a lot of money somehow from us.
Yeah. He likes to... He just got a divorce, too. That's terrible.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah, Amazon. I did my shopping on Amazon, too.
I mean, it's convenient. So, Ridge, what do you think about the whole comedy? Like, do you think it's, like, fun?
Comedy?
Or is it cringe? Is it ever cringe when you're at a show and it's like, oh, everyone's trying so hard to be funny? It's, like, not funny at all.
I guess so. It goes in waves, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes, and it depends on what your emotions are, too. Like how
Yeah.
you...
If you're feeling good about yourself, you're more likely to look at it positively.
I think so. Lately, I've been like, I really like the writing and performing part, but then there's a lot of like other stuff that's annoying.
Yeah, like fucking women.
Well, I haven't got to that part yet.
Oh, you're waiting.
I'm not... You're waiting like it's a choice. I don't know.
I mean, by fucking women, I mean socializing and...
Yeah, I mean socializing, but then yeah, I don't know. I guess you have to be confident to socialize. I don't know. What do you think?
I think you're a part of a scene, and it's great that you're doing comedy, but you're also human, and you crave tribes, and we might as well harness the power of our tribalism for good and use comedy, the comedy scene, and the friends that we make to help the comedy. Like, it doesn't have to be like weakness. Oh, you need friends. You're just in comedy for friends. It can also be a motivation, like, oh, I'm going to go see my friend, so let me go do a set.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to fuck people. I think
Yeah, it's a necessity of life.
Yeah.
To keep
the
life
best.
going.
Connection is great for us, and connection And sex is like the ultimate form of connection.
Yeah, it is. I haven't had too many connections recently, but I mean that's by choice, maybe. Um,
You just had
did I hear somebody laughing?
Probably. They're laughing at your life.
I'm interested in you, Hans. Where'd you grow up?
I was born in New Jersey. I moved to Seattle when I was 7. I moved to Atlanta for college for 4 years, and I moved back to Seattle after living in Chattanooga. Then I did comedy for 5
Chattanooga?
years in Seattle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you did it. Your first 5 years were in Seattle.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was stupendous. I was
Stupendous
doing all
means
the mics.
good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was stupefying.
So that was before the pandemic.
Yes.
So that was like 2010, 2012?
12 to 2017 or 18.
That's such a different time, right? What iPhone was out?
I don't know.
Like
Obama was president.
Obama was president. So do you realize we've only had, let's see, in my lifetime, I can only remember 3 presidents, right? Bush, Obama, Trump. Oh, and then Biden. I guess that's 4. But I mean, I don't remember Bush at all.
Yeah, only a handful of presidents. You're only going to see a couple more and then you're going to die.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you only get 7 decades. So if
7
you want to
decades?
count decades.
Yeah, 7. Oh. If they do 8 years apiece. It's interesting. We have less presidents than Super Bowls.
But it's long enough to live a life and fuck it up and wish it was shorter and wish it was longer. It's no use thinking about the number.
Yeah.
It's a more emotional feel.
Yeah. I have a quote that says it's all about the journey, right? Like you have to enjoy it. I don't know. You know better.
What a great quote.
Yeah, it's all about the journey. I don't know.
I don't know. And something about that.
So then you have to try and enjoy it, right? Like you can't.
So Rich,
be down on yourself all the time.
What are you doing with your life?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing comedy all the time, and then I just got a new job too. So I started that. It's my first job that was not through nepotism or off a farm, and
it's boring.
Oh, I enjoy it. You don't have to. It's cool. I don't know. Everyone hates their job. I don't hate it. I enjoy working for non-family because you can just go home and you don't have to bring work home with you. You don't have to go home and talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just forget about it. Like,
that's
all right,
good.
You clock out and you're done.
Do you think that sometimes it's good to talk about it?
Work?
Yeah. You need an outlet, and soon you're not going to have it.
I guess so.
That's cool. You like your job.
You seem so bored with what I'm saying.
Well, I already heard this.
Well, yeah.
You already said this during Catan.
Oh, this is true. What jobs have you had?
A lot of jobs.
A lot of jobs?
Yeah. So I was a sushi chef.
You said sushi?
Sushi. I don't really want to put too much effort.
Sushi?
Sushi chef. I was a burger master. I was a sandwich artist.
Where was the Burger Master?
I'm Burger Master in Seattle.
Oh, it's a
it's
restaurant?
a chain.
Oh,
So
okay.
what do you think about jobs? Do you think that maybe like people have to work too much and they can't do comedy as much?
Yeah, but I mean, I could see that if it gets in the way, if it takes opportunities away from comedy, that would be a problem. But I'm not in that situation yet.
That's good. You found a way to make it work.
Yeah, but like as soon as it does, yeah, then it's probably annoying. But I do my job, and then the rest of it is comedy. So then it's, I don't just fart around all day.
Yeah, you're busy.
Mm-hmm. What do you do in your free time?
See, that's the thing. Is like I have a lot of free time, and I feel like I just use it to lay around and rest up, and then whatever energy I have left, I use for comedy. And it's like, is it making the comedy better because I'm having more concentrated effort instead of like spreading it out?
Yeah.
Or am I just being lazy? But yeah, I rest a lot.
What do you feel?
I sleep as much as I never have an alarm clock. I just wake up whenever I feel like it.
And what's that normally like?
Depends. Like today, I woke up at 5 a.m.
Oh my
Yesterday,
goodness.
I woke up at noon.
Wow. That doesn't seem healthy.
Well, I don't think that's true. I think it's fine. I think it's good to switch it up because like I sleep when I'm tired, and I don't need to have a certain schedule.
Oh, that's cool. So just like
Yeah.
whenever you get sleepy, you just sleep. And
Yeah.
what? So what if you stay you stay awake for like 20 hours and then you sleep? So maybe you actually have more time awake.
If you add it up,
Yeah, because
maybe.
if you don't
But
go,
that's not good. I want to rest. I don't want to like just stay up all the time and do low quality work for a longer period of time. Maybe I'm getting higher quality effort because I sleep more.
yeah,
But I try not to think about it too much. I just do whatever my body
whatever you
tells me
feel
to
like.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a better way. The job I have really wears me out, so I've been sleeping like great lately.
Yeah. That's good. Good sleep. When you're like not working that hard and you sleep, it's just like you don't really feel like you slept and you just don't feel like you're awake.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like out and then you're back up again, then it's like it's way better.
I feel that. I like the physical part of it.
Yeah.
Um,
But are you worried that like going too much into your physical will take you out of the mental and maybe you'll just become a physical being instead of a mental being?
I maybe, but me personally, once I get the physical out, I can be more mental. If I don't get that out, I don't feel like I've accomplished anything.
But some people get
That
really
sucks.
into the physical and they like get really buff. And
Yeah,
then they forget to do anything mental and then they're just like this piece of beautiful meat,
they're just like a statue, just like a bronze
which
statue.
is great for now, but it's not going to last. Anything you say is just going to be destroyed by time. But at
Yeah,
least with the mental stuff,
it's lasting.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you trying to learn anything new right now?
I'm trying to learn how to talk to a dumb fucking redneck.
How, how's it going?
What do I even talk about? A cold Bud Light and jeans that fit just right,
Oh, tell
and a
me.
pickup truck.
Yeah. Oh, I miss my pickup truck. I wish that's my goal, to be successful enough to be able to buy a nice black pickup truck.
What are you gonna pick up with it?
Just drive around in it.
Why don't you drive around in something that's optimal for driving around in, like a Corvette or like a Ferrari?
Oh, I just like to move shit sometimes.
Why
Just
don't
like
you get an 18-wheeler then?
that doesn't
Get a U-Haul.
just yeah. I mean, just get a U-Haul,
Yeah.
put a vet in there.
Is that manly enough?
Just
for you?
yeah,
You can move a family of 4. That's manly.
for like under $100.
Yeah.
Do you ever see the videos of people just like renting U-Hauls and then destroying them?
Yeah, because they don't know how to drive a big truck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I mean, I have a Sprinter van, and
Mhm.
I see pickup trucks, and I'm like, I'm bigger than you,
That's true. Yeah.
and it's like you're acting so manly, but my van is like super utilitarian, and it's big. So I don't know, like, what is it that people get out of having a big car? 'Cause I have a big car, and it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's hard to park places and it takes a
Yeah.
lot of gas mileage.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably just my upbringing. That's just like the cool
Yeah.
people where they had trucks. But my family never did. We never had that. Do you, back to the buff people, did you have anybody in your high school who was like just like normal size and then they got out of high school and then their whole life was just getting buff?
Yeah.
I had a person like that. I was like, that guy was like not that good of an athlete either, and then his whole identity is now lifting.
I know. That's the thing is you never have to really test it. You just have to look good.
Yeah, yeah. I like that because you don't lift against unless you're a bodybuilder.
Then you're basically an Instagram model. There's no difference
Oh yeah,
between you and someone just that has a beautiful ass.
yeah, and you can make it all up too
Yeah.
with like filters and stuff.
Yeah, and then you just select for beauty instead of utility.
Definitely. Unlicensed apps on your license will be disabled. Hello.
I don't know.
Are they
what the fuck
commenting?
These people are saying, yeah.
Any farmers out there?
Why?
I,
Who
I like,
cares?
I like, I care.
What are you gonna talk about with them?
Farming. I grew up on a farm,
Okay.
and
So what do
it's
you
like my
think
whole
about
identity.
what do you think about not farming? What do you think about people that don't farm? Do you think that
That don't farm, just like most people.
yeah, don't you think like we can't all be farmers?
Not anymore. No.
Yeah, some of us have to actually do something after we eat.
Yeah, back in the day, like that was the main job, was just collecting food
Yeah,
to
but then you can't
survive.
just build a society on farming. You
Do you,
gotta have some culture.
do you think we're going back to that? Where
No. I think that they want us to work hard even though we have the technology to not work
to
as
not
much.
have to work as much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just getting all that money and keeping it to themselves by making us work.
I think that's part of college too. They want to get you in debt, but they
Yeah.
want you to have a good job. So then you feel
I
like
mean, it's not like they planned it out that way. We'll get them with college and they'll be in debt and they'll have to work for us. They're like, oh, well, look, if we like fuck these students over and take as much money from them as possible, then it works out this way. And then the system it's everyone just being selfish and greedy. Then it doesn't need like a master planner.
No.
It's just everyone's just in it for themselves. And then you create this horrible, horrible thing.
that's how I feel like people say there's this conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's not a conspiracy. It's just everyone working together the same way, being selfish. Like you said, there's like no master planner behind
Yeah,
the scenes.
there doesn't
There's
have to be.
No Illuminati.
It could just happen naturally. And we are powerful. Like it's us that's in control. We're doing it. And as a group, we can decide, no, let's do this way. And then that can change the world.
Mm-hmm.
But we're taught and told that, no, you have no power. Don't vote. Who cares? Just go work. Just enjoy your personal life and don't try to like make any larger changes. And then we forget that it's all about us. If we don't like the system, then we can change it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, it's just the same thing all the time. Nobody stands up. I don't know what the answer is.
Do you want to ever do like violence?
Violence?
Yeah.
All the time.
Really? That's scary.
Yeah, but I think, do you?
Mm-mm.
You're getting a punching bag installed in your house.
Do you think that's too much for a punching bag?
I
Because it's installed too.
But it's installed. That's the thing. And you know it's going to be installed right.
Yeah.
And if it's not, you can be like, hey, you didn't install this right. And it's a safety net.
Yeah.
It depends on your situation. If you don't like doing that stuff, then don't do it.
Well, I just want to do it right.
Yeah, and if you
I don't want it to fall off.
if you don't want it to fall off or break anything, then that's the way and you have the resources for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to spend money.
Yeah. Me personally, I would just figure out how to do it, but that's me. That's like what I like to do. I don't think you like building.
I do like building. I built a whole van.
Oh, yeah.
I hung that shit up. I built all this shit.
Yeah. So you do like building.
Yeah.
But not punching bags.
So how do you...
I don't know how to get... I looked at your roof, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to get to the studs.
Yeah, I don't know what to... I have a stud finder.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You have a stud finder?
Yeah.
Oh.
But, I mean, what am I going to put in wood screws and screw it in? I don't know.
You would need longer lags, probably.
Yeah.
What other tools do you have?
I have socket wrenches.
A socket set?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that crazy that that's like the best way to screw things in? Is like with a hexagon and you twist
Turn
it.
them?
Because
Yeah.
like with a screwdriver, it's like...
The 4.
Yeah, I
It
don't know.
It doesn't hold well.
Yeah, because it can
rounds out.
strip it.
Yeah, mostly they use star bits now for screws,
Yeah.
which is a lot better.
Yeah.
Growing up, we never had star screws.
Yeah.
We had the Phillips.
Yeah.
And they round off.
Yeah, they round off. Stars, isn't that crazy that they found out like this is the perfect shape to not?
Yeah. But it's still not perfect, but it's better.
Wood's perfect.
Nothing.
Well, they have the socket wrenches, which I think is way better than most because you're dealing with the whole head.
Oh, yeah. The round ones?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the socket wrenches, they have little circles so that the corners, you're not touching the corners.
Oh, right on the edges.
Yeah.
So then it won't strip it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst thing is to use a wrong size wrench.
Yeah.
Then you're screwed.
Or like a flathead and it slides up and down and you can't twist
Oh
it.
yeah, flatheads are the worst. They're sliding back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't just pick the same one and do it.
That was this. Somebody came up with that idea. They're just like, oh, slice here, and then this will go in here, and it'll go. It's like the laziest. Flatheads are the laziest.
Yeah, it's like fucking an Asian woman. Sideways vagina.
Have you?
Fucked an Asian woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Asian.
Huh.
It's easy for me.
It's easy for me.
Yeah, I look like someone they're familiar with that they've probably already fucked before.
That's
like
what you
their
said.
dad.
People are afraid of what they don't. Something that doesn't look familiar.
Yeah. So, what have you built with your own hands?
I also did a van like you did too. It was
yeah, but you didn't
smaller.
actually do it. You quit.
I finished it, but then I didn't like it. Living in it, I don't know. Coming from the country and then sleeping in the city, that scared me. But you were all right with it. You never had any problems.
Yeah, these are my people. I grew up in the city. I trust the city. I'm comfortable in the city. The city is my environment. I'm like a turtle in the water.
It sounds like a Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The city is mine, Gotham City.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my god, these trains are so fast.
They're so loud.
You're all bumping into shit. I'm fucking bitches. Just like cursing Trump.
You never had people, yeah. You never had people try to break into your van?
No, not really.
Never?
No.
Huh. That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, because you hate people. That's why you live in the country.
I don't hate people. I'm just afraid of people. I don't understand people.
Okay, well, you just gotta not be racist and it'll be fine.
I'm working on it.
I mean, I think racism is fine. If you're just like, oh, this guy's sort of like staring, I don't like how these people look. It's just, you can't do anything horrible about it. I think we should allow people to be like, I don't like the way they smell. I'm sorry, it's just the way I am. But
Yeah.
I want them to have economic equality and maybe they can bathe. But I think like to focus on like the nitty gritty or like the emotional side of racism is the wrong thing. I think we should focus on economic racism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It's not fair at all.
Yeah.
Doing that if you're just looking at that. Definitely.
Do you think this camera looks good or do you think I should move it more towards my side?
I think it looks fine. I don't think it's any big deal, right?
I don't want you to get too much favoritism because it looks like you got more camera space.
It's close. I don't know. It looks about the same.
What are the comments saying?
Are those real glasses?
Yeah.
Huh. Those are slick.
If you have anything dirty, you can put it in bed and not get everything all moldy.
That doesn't even
I
make
would
sense.
expect Hans to understand. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about.
Maybe he's talking about you shouldn't eat in bed. 'Cause mold will grow in your bed.
Yeah. So what is it that you think that would be like your ideal trajectory in comedy?
Get better. My ideal.
Get good.
Get good.
Get
yeah.
good, bitch.
I was just talking to Brian about. It seems like consistency matters a lot.
Brian
McDuffie.
McPuffy.
McPuffy.
Yeah, because he's like gaining weight.
Let's not talk about his weight. That's not fair. What is good trajectory? What do you say? You're more.
I would say do open mics for 2 years, start getting booked on little shows in 3 to 5 years, and start doing bigger shows and opening up for people in the 3 to 5 year stage, and then move to a bigger city or stay or like Austin, which is like has a lot of top tier comedians here, and learn from them and absorb from 5 to 8 years, and from 9 to 10 years is when you just start fucking slamming your dick in, just pounding that fucking clit.
I see. But you have to. The most important part is just to keep doing it too.
Yeah. and just discovering yourself and what you want to say and who you are. And I think the art of like talking in front of an audience, that's what I always come back to. It's like I love being able to get the mic and be in an auditorium and have everyone in school listening to me and just being like, you guys are poopy buttholes and I think your farts or whatever. Women are not good at driving. Or, yeah, I mean, that's like the joy of it that I always come back to is like just saying some crazy shit in front of like a bunch of people.
Yeah, just stuff that not everyone's allowed to get away with, but we
Yeah.
are because of
Or
certain
like
labels, I guess.
being like what you hate public speakers do. Like I hate people that get attention for no reason, like flight attendants, like when you're boarding a plane. Everybody listen up, but this is how we're gonna do it. And then like just wasting people's time with nothing.
With nothing important.
Yeah. So like pretending to sound like that and then getting everyone in the mode where they're like, oh shit, we just gotta pay attention.
That's
and
like
then saying the N-word or something.
Yeah, you're comparing it to comedy. It's just like,
Yeah.
hey, I got all your.
It's like, I'm going to sound like that. I'm going to make you think that's what's going on so that your defense is down. And then I'm going to slide in some crazy shit that, you know, like it's funny to say in front of a bunch of people because it's like transgressive or like if everyone is thinking that, then it's funny because
If you find that, yeah.
because we have so much power. If you have a village and you're like, okay, everyone, we're going to start drinking pee and make it sound like an official thing.
If you say it in the right way,
Yeah.
you can get people.
But they know it's a joke and you play around with it. So it's like sounds serious
Yeah.
enough for them to think it's funny.
Yeah. There's this, when you first start, sometimes people just say shocking things to be shocking, I feel like. But then you figure out the way to say it. What was that?
That's my job.
Do it again.
I can't. I build up a crack and then I crack it and then I have to wait.
How often can you do that?
Probably like once every 10 minutes.
Oh, you got the light on.
Oh my God.
Oh no. How many? There's so many comedians in Austin. There's probably like 300. No. 100.
Yeah.
There's a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's crazy the amount of people.
Yeah,
winning.
I mean, it's like a fucking scene.
Do you think whenever
You
like
gotta nurture it.
back in the day before now? I mean, I guess there's less people in the world. I'll go back to that. Do you think it was easier to be a comedian? Like, I listened to Jeff Foxworthy. He talked about how he came up and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, the first year I quit my."
I definitely think it's easier.
Now?
Yeah, because of the camaraderie. Back in the day, you would have like 10 people in your scene. Now it's like 100, 200, and you can encourage each other and you can find friends and be social.
Okay.
Back in the day, it's just like, you know, road gigs and fucking getting to know old road hacks, not people your age, which I think is good and bad. I think it's good to get that wisdom from the older generation, but I think it's more important to have people your own age to push yourself and that think like you and encourage you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But the only thing is they had more stage time. They had way more stage time and bigger crowds and more showman-like shows. Nowadays, it's like open mic. So it's like good and bad. But I think overall, the social aspect of it now makes it way easier to stay in the game.
Okay, not as many people will just quit.
Yeah.
I see. That makes sense. Because he was saying how he did it his first year, and he's like, I made only $12,000 my first year. I was like, that's crazy. I made $1,000 my first year.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not the same. But it's like now it's like you're talking, you're doing the dance, and this is the format. It's like basketball. It's like back in the day, basketball was a smaller thing, and now it's huge.
oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And there's no, anyone can do it too, like with comedy, and you can go YouTube. You don't have to go through like certain channels
But
anymore.
not anyone can do it. It's really emotionally punishing.
Oh, yeah.
It's just nothing to you because you decided that this is how you're going to.
I know when I first started, I was like, this is crazy because I never thought about myself or what I cared about or who I am or anything like that. And then it's like, what do you want to say? Like, what are you trying to tell me? And it's like, I don't want to look at myself like that, but you have to. It's like.
Yeah. Well, you probably got into it because you love people, and if you love people, you gotta love yourself because you're a person too, Ridge. You're not a cow.
Went from being a cow to a person.
Yeah, you're a hybrid. You're the closest to a cow that we can get.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Cows, they're so dumb. Like,
Yeah, but they're so powerful.
they're powerful. They are. They can pull plows and stuff.
You gotta be dumb if you're that powerful.
If not, you'd be dangerous.
Yeah, if you're like a nerd, you know how volatile nerds are emotionally because they're always in their heads? If a strong cow was like that, it'd be like, fuck you, and they start like destroying the barn and stepping on the chickens.
I just picture a jacked nerd just like typing code. He's like, very aggressively.
Yeah, he's destroying the world.
He's like, da da da. Yeah, he's very.
Everyone's getting
with it.
child porn in their laptop.
Sends it out. Dink. Yeah. But like cows, you can keep them in with the simplest like electric fence and they can never figure it out.
Well, I would be kept in by an electric fence.
But we aren't.
Yeah, we are. Have you been to a jail?
Oh.
If you were in an electric fence, what would you do? Start digging?
Oh, you mean like an electric fence? That's. Oh.
And you were naked.
I don't like this argument. This is true, but they have
Electric fences are hard, man. You got to give cows more credit.
I feel like it takes a lot more force to keep a human inside than a cow.
Yeah, because humans are smart and they'll figure out ways to get around it.
Yeah. So like if you put a cow in a pasture and you put a human in there, who would get out quicker?
With electricity, I would say the cow's never getting out. So the human eventually, the electricity will run out.
But what situation would the cow get out quicker? None.
If there was like a snake or like it freaked out and it just ran, it just destroyed the fence.
It would just break down the whole fence.
Yeah.
If it just got scared right off the bat and just ran.
Yeah. What else could it do? It could dig, but it's not really. How's it gonna?
Cows can't dig.
Yeah. Even if it could, the tunnel it'd have to make would be
Huge.
A human can dig.
That's why they call them drug mules, not
Drug cows.
Drug cows. Oh, an interesting thing about farmers is there's conspiracy that
They're all gay.
no, not gay. Well, maybe.
They're maybe gay. You heard it from Ridge.
Farmers may be gay. I think they're more into bestiality, but
It's basically masturbation. It's not a big deal.
Bestiality?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what if you weren't gonna get a disease and you're horny? Would you rather jerk off or would you rather feel a nice warm vagina?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you care about the pig. You're just like using it.
No, but you probably do care about the pig more than nothing.
Well, if the pig isn't traumatized, if it's not like rape.
I don't think they probably. Do you think they get like every time it sees you, it just starts running away? It's like I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, it feels so good, but I don't want it.
Oh, I never thought about how. Anyways,
do you think like a cow that gets or a sheep that gets fucked by a person is like, oh my god, they're like playing the game on a whole nother level. They're like feel love and companionship and spiritual. And then they fuck a sheep and they're like, this sheep is just fucking me like a sheep.
It's so bad at fucking.
Some of that God fucking.
Oh yeah, exactly. Why is bestiality illegal? It's ridiculous.
If they want it, if they come to you, you have to do it 3 times to them. And if they run away, then it's rape. But if they come to you, then it's not rape.
Yeah. Normally animals run away from you. But it's like you show them love, you feed them, you keep them alive.
Yeah. They start doing like blowjobs and licking their asshole and doing all the things that the TikTokers do, and they're like, just sexually, their mind is blown.
Do you ever read the book Animal Farm?
Yeah.
That's my favorite book. It just sounds like that's where we're going to, where the pigs just turn into animals.
You mean humans?
Oh, can we spoil it? Spoiler alert to Animal Farm.
Yeah, no one's reading that stupid book. That boring ass.
Come on, it's a short book. Check it out. The Amazon links below.
Sort of blah.
Blah?
Yeah,
You didn't like
I
it?
guess so.
Oh.
I mean, it's like fucking everyone has to read it, so it's like become
Oh, really?
cliche. Yeah, I mean, it sounded a lot in schools,
I didn't have
but
to
I bet when
read.
it first came out, it was like, oh my god, it's like the Matrix. Like I never saw the end coming.
Yeah. To the end, they can't tell the difference between the pigs and the humans.
I know. So, but what's the moral of that story? Is just to stay under the humans because if you try to make a better society, then you're just gonna end up like the humans anyways.
Humans, anyways.
So just don't try. Just live in the world that you live in and don't make it better. Because
So you're saying the person in charge didn't? It was about him failing as a leader.
well, it's just him just trying to preserve the status quo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep things the same. Don't try to do things different because that always turns into the pigs acting like humans, which is the same thing we have right
Interesting. I remember I love the horse. He just kept going out every day and working, and then he just worked more and more, and then he died.
That's you like that? You like just being a fucking
Yeah,
robot
I
that
don't know.
works?
It was inspiring. It's just like he just didn't care what's going on. So
Well,
I
I
was
like that to a degree because I think people are tools and we got to do something. We're not just meant to stand behind a case and just be beautiful and looked at. We're meant to do something. We're meant to build something.
like,
So
build
if-
things.
if you're not working towards something, then you're not really utilizing who you are.
Yeah, that's true.
You're becoming empty. We need to fucking do something. Like everyone's like, oh, I'm just perfect the way I am. But who you are is someone that is a tool that can do something. So if you're not doing anything, you're not a person. You're
Just living. Yeah, it's
got to do something.
try to find purpose, right?
Yeah.
It's hard.
So what do you think about the sex in Austin?
The sex in Austin.
Yeah. What do you think about the chicas?
The chicas. Yeah, there's really pretty girls here in Austin. I think.
Yeah.
They're very pretty, young and pretty.
What is their personality like?
Their personality is the ones I have met have been crazy.
Sounds sexist. You think all women are hysterical?
Like hysterical. Hysterical means they're funny, right?
Yeah, I guess so, but not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
Yeah,
I don't know.
manic.
I don't know if. No,
I feel like girls in Texas and Austin are like either like they're using their beauty to try to get ahead, or they're like, or they're just like good, just keeping their head down and trying to do their best. There's a lot of influencers here, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the people hanging out at the Vulcan, but
Yeah, there is a lot of influencers. I mean, this is just the first time I've ever lived in a city, so like I've never been around this many people before. So I feel overwhelmed sometimes by just how much beauty there is. So then I just don't do anything.
yeah, a lot better than your cows.
I know.
That girl looks like Bessie Lou.
That's a nice heifer there. She got good udder on her. That was such a fake laugh.
I appreciate what you were doing.
Okay, thank you.
It's like, God damn, that girl's not related to me, and she has all her teeth.
Yeah, I think that there's very smart people too.
I feel like there is a tension, a little bit of snappiness
to it.
Yeah, I don't think women here are like totally open. They're a little guarded and defended.
I wonder if that's just the time we're in right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's part of it. That's what they're taught to be right now.
I mean, everyone's anxious. Everyone's sort of fighting each other. Everyone's very adamant about what side they are, and it's hard to come together. And it's not like everything's about politics, but once you practice yelling at people and just like disagreeing with someone vehemently, it just you start looking at people that way as objects of argument.
Yeah, I feel like right now is the biggest time between like two if you're on two different sides. Like they used to be able to get along better, and you can like have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
But like almost now, it's like you can't even try because.
What do you think is the cause of that?
Just the extremeness of people's opinions, right? But like most people are in the middle. right?
I think that we're diverging. We're like either this is the right answer or this, but we can't do both, and we got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think we're very, very much disagreeing.
And I think people are more passionate about it than they've ever been, because they're more informed.
Yeah, I think that's a part of it. I think also like people don't have any power. They aren't able to change the world they're in. Like we grew up, like how many businesses do we, friends of ours, own? How many stores? Like how come everything on that street is owned by someone older and not in our generation? And it's like we don't have any power or control over where we live.
And then we just get mad about it, but we'd never do anything about it. It just keeps happening, like the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have any power. I think it's economic. I think if we don't have money and we're just like, what do? We got to do something. And if we had more money flowing, then I don't think it would be a big deal. I think if money flows, then power flows, and we're able to influence the world we live in. But since we can't, we're just like, well, if I don't have any say in this, then I'll just say the most vile, stupid shit and whatever comes easiest, because it doesn't matter. Why would I torture myself to have the right answer when it doesn't matter? So people's brains are broken.
You can't actually do anything because you don't actually have the
and it's a
resources
lot
to
of
do
work.
anything. Yeah. And it's not just one person. It takes a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like these are cliches we're talking about.
Anyways, I think we're fighting and we're angry and we're just like we're inheriting a system that is not an effective system, and some people don't want to admit that it's broken. Sometimes some people disagree what's the problem and what to do about it. But yeah, we're made to be this way. We're the number one goal of making a person is to not change what's happening. It's not to make someone who's going to be an awesome inventor.
Wait, what do you mean not change what's happening?
Like that isn't going to make a huge disruption.
They just want everything.
Yeah, they want cubicle workers and people that show up on time and sharpen their pencils, and that's what we select for.
That's true. And then whenever you if you have a business and you hire people, that's the people you're looking for too, right?
Yeah.
You don't want the crazy people.
Yeah.
That don't show up.
You don't want everyone to be a CEO. You need someone to, do the whatever.
Do you ever get jealous of people that are just like satisfied? Do you think they're satisfied with like just living life, just like having
satisfied
family?
People?
Just like, sometimes I get jealous. Like I see people and they just have their job and they just do their stuff, and they have a family, and it's like, I'm kind of jealous that they can just settle or like settle.
I mean, I think that should be a viable option. I don't think we can live in a society where everyone's doing something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like being an average person shouldn't be a detriment or a death sentence. I think
it shouldn't be looked down on either.
Yeah, that's the ideal. We want to create as many happy people that do that. I think we just need to look at people differently, and also everyone has something to contribute. I think people are undervalued, and we devalue people too much, and we should be like, hey, everyone has something to offer, and let them explore that, whatever it might be.
Yeah, I think that's important. Definitely.
Yeah. Because if you don't honor people for just being people, then you don't respect yourself either. Because then you're like, oh, I'm just a person. Anytime you don't meet your stupendous expectations and you're just a person, you're like, oh, well, I treat people shitty and all I am is a person. It's like the bar is too high. Like being a person should be something that is honored and treasured, or else you're going to treat yourself horribly too.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You never know what people are going through either.
Yeah.
Like if they get mad at you, you're like, I don't know. Maybe they had a ice cube fall under their fridge.
Okay, that's not that big a deal, you fucking honky. You first world problem. Nobody is.
I've never been
feel sorry for those people.
Never been out of the country.
Really?
Yeah.
I can tell.
You think I should go?
Yeah, maybe find more examples of horrible things happening instead of ice cube falling under a refrigerator.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good one. I don't know. I just got water out of it. So
if you're an asshole to me just because a ice cube fell under a fridge, I'd be like, you're like Hitler. Fuck you.
That's just the worst. What is acceptable? If you get your foot ran over by a turtle.
What the fuck, Ridge?
Sorry, I'm
It's
losing
not
my
a real
mind.
problem. You're becoming too white. You're becoming like that basketball player that you said was too white today, who happens to be a comedian.
There's a lot of white basketball players there today.
Yeah, that we brought.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that was a regular there was not white.
Christmas is coming up. Do you celebrate Christmas?
Yeah,
Where do you celebrating it?
here.
Here?
I'm flying in on Christmas.
Oh, really?
Flights are cheaper.
Yep. I'm flying back here the day after Christmas.
I love Christmas, just a time to feel happy for no reason. Everyone,
is
be happy now.
Yeah, but you do feel it. You do feel the
Yeah.
happiness. I don't know. I
It's
do.
good. I think there's a reason why there's a winter solstice holiday for everybody. 'Cause
There
it's
is?
like the darkest. Yeah. So like it's the time when it's needed the most, when all the variables are against you in terms of happiness. So you just gotta force it.
It's like dark the most amount of time. It's cold out.
Yeah.
So then they would all be on the Western Hemisphere.
Or northern hemisphere.
Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, because the southern hemisphere
Would be in
is
this.
the hottest time of year, December.
So it would be. They would do that in like
Or
July.
the most sunlight. Yeah.
Do they have the same?
But
calendar
they
as
didn't create
us?
as much culture.
They
I
don't-
mean,
they don't-
it doesn't matter when it is. It's like, oh, you celebrate when the day's the darkest and coldest, when the year's, yeah. So it's like whatever that is and whatever.
Do they? They just don't have as much land down there in the
Yeah,
Southern
it's mostly,
Hemisphere.
yeah,
It's mostly
not
water, right?
land. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just the accident of history, or Pangea.
Pangea. That was when everything was connected, right?
Yeah.
And then it was shifted apart.
Yeah.
I'm learning today, folks.
You already knew that. Everyone knows that.
I knew that, yes.
But isn't that weird that nobody learned it in school? We just sort of had to get it fed to us because of the Christian right and trying to teach us
Yes.
some bullshit.
Do you think? I think Christianity is good for rights and like bringing morals. It's good for setting morals where you don't murder people and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that way for like the Western world? We generally don't. We treat women better. We treat people better.
I think maybe a little bit, like 1 or 3%, but I think mostly it's technology.
Oh, we're just better at technology?
Yeah, I don't think it comes from religion.
Oh, okay.
But I think it is slightly better than Islam, but not by much. Like a lot of the horrible shit that happened under religion is
most of the
bad.
horrible shit happens from religion.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the easiest way to be like, why should I go there? God told you. So it's like whatever, like people couldn't come up with a good answer for. They used religion, but really it was the people that used religion to get people to do the Spanish Inquisition or Crusades. That's the real problem, and religion is a tool because it's like it makes people easy to control. That's why like religion, I feel like is like it's suspect. There's so much bad history. Like fool me once, shame on you. Like it's been used so many times to make people do things that were not in their best interests.
That's true. Do you think that's happening right now in places?
Yeah. I think like abortion is a thing, or like a war. Like the evangelical people are more easier to convince. Like they don't like our freedoms and they're attacking our, like that kind of rhetoric is easier to get people to do stuff with.
Because it comes from, we say we came here for religious freedom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
From persecution in the other countries.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a metaphor. Like we came here to do whatever we want, even like our illogical side. We can do whatever we want with our subconscious, even Mormonism, which I think is fine. But I think like Europe doesn't have as many Christians in it anymore. They're more atheistic and they're doing fine. Nobody's going on a murder spree.
Murdering people as much.
Yeah, so I don't think it's super necessary, but I think it's like, it was good. There's a reason why religion is in every society, because it works. It works at making everyone sort of fucking chill out and calm down.
Did the Huns have a religion?
I don't think so.
Oh,
But
wait,
that's why
no.
they couldn't build a culture.
Did they I thought they believed that they came back right away, so they were just fearless. Maybe not. I thought there was a war. I don't know who it was. The warriors, they would go to battle like crazy because they just thought they were born. They were born again.
But you
right
gotta be
away.
like, I don't know about this theory. It's a lot to risk it on. I've never met anyone came back been
And
like, I'm
remembered?
actually whatever.
Yeah, because you never remember. You know, like,
Yeah. Or like someone's son is like, I am the reborn person of whatever.
yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah.
You could just claim
religion.
to be.
Yeah.
And if you're
Yeah.
good enough at speaking, people might believe you.
And maybe you believe it yourself. Maybe you
Yeah,
convince
because
yourself.
you can tell lies to the point where you believe it.
Yeah. What is something that you believe in?
Believe in?
Yeah.
I believe in God. I do.
Yeah, of course. Obviously.
Yeah, I just think the chances are like if there isn't or isn't, it's better to be if there is, right? And I don't know. It's easier to live that way.
Yeah.
That was a
Scaffolding.
Yeah, it's a thing you have to think about too.
Yeah. You can focus on other things. I just like, whenever I hear Kanye use God, it's like, oh, this is just like you being like, I don't have to be logical.
You can just say whatever. You know?
I can say whatever and say God told me.
No, you can't do that.
Well, he's doing it.
Is he?
Yeah. What? You think God supports Hitler like Kanye says?
No.
He's saying it.
I don't think that's good
Yeah.
at all.
Whenever I hear someone be like, I love God and I do whatever he says, I don't need anyone's approval. It's like, oh, you're saying you only reserve love for something that doesn't exist and you have no evidence for it, and you don't love anyone in the real world.
It's like an excuse.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You still have to be a good person.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Number one
love
thing.
and God exists in the way we treat each other.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it that way, I think it can be helpful. But yeah, what do you think about Elon buying Twitter?
Elon buying Twitter?
Yeah.
I think it's good for free speech for what he seems like he's doing. But were you the one who said that he's soon gonna? No, I had a friend. He said that Elon owns every facet of our life. Energy, cars. Now he's got Twitter. He's gonna make the chips.
Yeah. You can't have one guy owning everything.
Yeah.
We can all do it. We can all help. He doesn't need to be the only one.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. We should be more democratic. But
and the Wi-Fi?
He owns Wi-Fi, Skylink.
He's gonna, yeah.
Yeah, has his hand in a lot of different pies. I think that's called being horizontally integrated.
Oh, okay.
You own
All the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or vertical. I don't know.
And he could just like be like the mastermind, right? He could just go evil.
Wouldn't you rather have all of us decide? Like, we all vote. Do we want these tunnels that only carry one car at a time? Or do we want a subway? We should all decide because it affects all of us. We shouldn't just be like, he's richer. He knows better than me. He knows better than 5 million people.
Yeah.
It's like, we should all have a say.
And then the people that let him do the stuff, they're like, yeah, he makes us money. So you can tunnel. Everything you've done has just made money. So
really, the tunnel has made money.
I don't know about the tunnel, but some things, right?
How did he get the Cybertruck hasn't come out yet. We're not going to Mars anytime soon.
Like, what if you went to the San Francisco's like, hey, I want to build this tunnel under the ground, and they'd be like, no. You'd be like, what? But you're letting Elon? Like, why? Why him? Why does he get to do it?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about who you trust and then like shaking hands and like convincing people to get on board with your project.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like a great talker.
Yeah, but he makes sense. We're like, oh, this is what a smart guy in 2022 would look like. He'd be autistic. He'd be smart.
Did you see the picture of him shirtless on the boat? He looks like a boat.
He looks like a boat.
Like standing up. I don't know.
He's got a large cavernous torso.
Yeah, it's like
a lot of space in there.
How much do you think he weighs?
230.
230?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks heavier than that. Maybe you're right. Maybe there's nothing in there.
Yeah, it's just so big.
Oh, what if that's how you find out he's like a robot? They just weigh him and they're like, you weigh 10 pounds?
Yeah, he's like a kite.
You could just fly.
Elon.
Just tie a string to him.
That's how he's getting to Mars. He's just going to float there.
Fly a kite. That stuff is incomprehensible to me. I can't
Comprehensible.
Incomprehensible. Yeah.
What? Elon Musk being 10 pounds or him having a large torso?
Going to Mars.
Okay. It's incomprehensible to most people. It's not a thing that we do every day.
So I shouldn't be too worried about that.
Yeah, no. No one's going to do that
Doesn't make
anytime
any
soon.
sense.
Yeah, unless
Also,
it's an
flying
asteroid.
is comprehensible.
Incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible to me. Also, it's like we're up. Like whenever I see an airplane, I'm like, there's people in there,
Yeah.
and they're just sitting. Like you've sat in an airplane before. They're just sitting there.
Oh boy, have I.
You fly all the time, don't you?
Yeah, man.
That's why you
I've
gotta-
been in an airplane before.
That's
But
why you
yeah,
gotta-
I've sat there. It's basically a bus. It's like a giant bus.
But then you're up there
Yeah. Isn't it crazy that it's so reliable that it's just like every day?
every day.
It's
That
like
to that point, I just think
we're
airplanes
bored of it.
don't get enough like rep, like how amazing they are.
They're good, but it's like, yeah, I mean, that's sort of how it works. If you put like a giant like engine on something that just shoots you forward, and then you have a wing, you just sort of
And it's been like the same for like
lift up.
100 years, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it changes, but like it's
Ever since like the 50s or 60s.
it's like this,
60s were like, okay, this is it, and then it hasn't changed.
yeah. But they developed it after a bird, right? It's like nature knows best. But then they make a platypus, and it's like, yeah,
Well, nature can't go 500 miles per hour to London.
no, with like a 300 people on. Have you
Yeah.
done that? Have you been in those double-decker airplanes?
Maybe. I don't think so. It's not as cool as you think it is.
Oh, really?
It's just
It's not-
like,
It's
yeah,
this,
you can't go anywhere. It's not like you
Yeah.
can explore. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, when you're in it, you can't really notice because you're just, it's the same thing.
it feels like you're in a bus. Yeah.
It's like 3 people here, and then there's 4 or 3 people in the middle where you don't even have a window seat.
Oh my, that's terrible. You,
Yeah, I mean,
if people that are
it's fine.
claustrophobic are like in the center, they're like,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
It's just crazy how they can stuff us all in there.
But usually they get you where you're going. It's amazing. I can get home from Texas to Pennsylvania 24 hours. No, not 24. 5 hours.
Yeah.
It's way.
Yeah, you just fly over everything, less friction.
Mm-hmm.
Just fly in the air. You don't have to roll around on the ground like an idiot.
Just tires. We used wheels for a long time, and now we're like,
So what's something that you think liberals do well?
They care about people.
Like
Liberals do.
movies? Like, do you like liberal movies?
Like they're fighting. They're doing that. They're doing that. Liberals doing the right. Like
They care about people.
They care about
and
people.
They help people.
They're nice.
You think they're more charitable than
More
conservatives?
charitable,
We
yeah.
could probably look it up. Which one do you think is more donates more time or money to charities?
I think a liberal would be more.
I don't
But
know,
I
because
think-
conservatives are in a community where they love each other, like a small town, so maybe they
That's-
do more.
yeah.
'cause they're all homogenous.
But I feel like they do that better where it's the small. They take care of their closer circle better.
Yeah,
But then liberals take care of
random people.
random people more.
Yeah,
Like
it's
us.
more theoretical. It's not like conservatives are like,
I'm gonna help my.
I'm an animal and I'm protecting my tribe. And
Like, I'm a-
liberals are like, I love people, even animals. I love everything that has a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. And like more conservative, like my cousin, he's having trouble. You help him out. I don't know. And then liberals are like, let's get some water to the third world countries, which is probably good.
Yeah,
Clean water, more stuff like that.
yeah, they're more thinking about it like a math equation.
Broader. They're able to
Yeah.
think broader.
Yeah.
where we think simpler.
What's something that liberals do badly?
These are such questions. Liberals
These
do
definitely
badly.
are questions.
I think they get more excited and mad at you when you don't agree with them. But
They're more,
that's me coming from a more conservative background. So
yeah, you're used to
So I'm just-
liberals yelling at you.
yeah, it's more.
I'm a liberal and they still yell at me.
telling you how you. No, but we do that on both sides.
What do you think conservatives do well?
Conservatives?
Yeah.
work. I don't
Work
know.
really hard like a cow.
Yeah, like a cow.
Just one direction, just tell them, go that way. And
just,
then
just
5 years later, they're all the way around the world.
yeah, just keep going.
Yeah. Set him up and forget him.
Yeah.
I like drones.
But what do you think?
I think conservatives do like loyalty better. They're more visceral. They're more like in tune with their animal side, and they're more like complete beings in that way. And they're better at, like fighting.
Yeah, loyalty would be something.
Yeah. I think liberals are good at just trying to work it out in a large scale, like with a large plan, and being like, this goes there because overall it'll help the overall efficiency. And then conservatives are like, but that's my granddaddy's grain silo, and I'm just gonna stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have both sides, but I don't think it's good how much we're fighting.
Yeah.
Because you don't want anyone to have control of everything. Just like Elon, you don't want 51% to roll to 49%.
Well, I think that we are coming from a past where we're just like, take everything we can, like go west. And then we're like, well, we ran out of things to invade. Now what do we do? And some people are like, let's keep invading. We got more shit to take over. And other people are like, well, it was a nice run. We ended up first, but let's just sort of slide back into the shadows and be like England. And a lot of people are like, no, we got to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't think we have to. I don't think that it's healthy because we're going to destroy the world trying to maintain our lead, which is unsustainable.
That's true. It's like Catan. If you have all the pieces and you're headed towards the finish line, everyone gangs up on you to bring you down. If you're out to a fast lead.
Yeah.
But then you look at other places like Russia and stuff, and they're still invading people too. It's like it hasn't gone away.
Yeah. Well, it has to, or else we're gonna die.
Yeah. The third World War III will be World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones, right?
Yeah, that's a good quote that you didn't butcher.
Nice. I'm
Or
just
that other quote.
cliche quote machine.
Believe in yourself. Do things you like or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like an idiot. It's all good. I'm having a good time.
Well, thank you for doing the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was fun.
Thanks for doing it.
Yep.
Have a good night.